but overall I think it was a good day.
What's this process been like for you?
It's been a long process, you know, starting from the end of the season. We had Notre Dame, and then a week later I was training, so it was kind of a quick turnover, but it was definitely enjoyable to say the least.
Any questions throughout this process that caught you off guard or surprised you? Anything that
Scout
you're like,
NFL personnel. Alex is going to roll.
Questions? No, not necessarily. I mean, everything came in spades, but I think my agent and us, we had great conversations that really prepared me for everything that was coming forward, you know, so it wasn't too much of a surprise for me. And then hearing from the other guys too, you know, guys like Chop, Jason, those guys who had already been through the process, asking them a whole bunch of questions about what was going on, what they were going to ask, et cetera, they just made the whole process easy.
What have teams wanted to know about you during this process?
There was definitely a lot of different things that they wanted to know. One of them was just like my athletic ability. You know, I think I showed that today. You know, I played a primarily run-stop defense here while I was at Penn State. So being able to show them my athletic ability in terms of getting in and out of cuts, bending that corner, I think it was super important for me to show that today, and I think I did.
Was there any disappointment not getting that combine invite, and how did that affect your approach for today?
For sure, there was definitely a lot of disappointment. You know, I felt like I did well enough during the season that I should have got an invite, but at the same time, you can't let that affect what you do the next month. You know, you may not get what you want today, but it can affect the next moment. So I definitely didn't release that, kind of use that for today to, you know, get the numbers that I wanted, but I never let it hinder me.
What's your pitch to teams on why they should take you for the whole field person?
I mean, you want a playmaker, and you want somebody who can cover up mistakes. You know, I felt like there was a lot of moments during the season where you guys may not have seen it, but I definitely covered up some mistakes that, you know, other teammates made. But, you know, that's part of the game. You know, I'm here to help them, and they're there to help me, and I feel like I did that a lot throughout the season. And then, you know, you look at the history of my time here at Penn State. I've played with some incredible ends who have done some incredible things, and I hope I played a part in that. You see it on the film. So.
Now that you've had time to reflect on what you were able to do at Penn State as a leader, what's something you felt that you did very well in the captaincy aspect that, like, you think you really hit home to your
All right, so just a
younger
side
teammates?
note for Alex when he's kicking over here, the offset for the goal post is 3 yards back off the end zone. So a 20-yard field goal is actually a 23-yard field goal today.
I definitely believe it was the experience, and then as well as just like my ability to apply knowledge that is given to us quickly. You know, I feel like helping the younger guys with that in my process and showing them how it's done made it easier for us to transition, especially when you talk about week to week, being able to perform at a high level, you know, with things changing. I think that was a huge thing that I passed on to the younger guys.
What are the next days?